What's up, guys? Back for another episode of Barbells and Banter. So we had a heap of questions in over the week, so we tried to get stuck into that as soon as possible. We talked about the gym opening just briefly, because we are going to recap that on the other podcast, on Beyond the Gym Floor. But it was a really good day, and you have to tune into the Beyond the Gym Floor episode to get the full wrap, but we give you guys a bit of an insight. So we answered a lot of questions about like training, building muscle, volume, exercise selection, length-hamstring relationship. We talked about fatigue. We had a debate, but then we kind of didn't because we were talking about two different things. And then when we equated them, we both agreed. So we went to a lot of places. We put one sleeve in the lab coat as well. So I'd be really interested to know how you guys go with the episode and what you think. If it made sense, if you have questions, I'm happy to field those questions because I love talking about this stuff. As always, before we let you go to the episode, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, share the podcast, get it out to more people just like yourself. We appreciate your support. We appreciate what you're doing. We're doing lots of things here to make sure the content is very specific to you. Thank you for your questions. Get to the episode and enjoy it. Yeah, nothing's happened in the world of me since
that was your first week back? Second week back.
I don't know, man. I was talking to someone about the holiday.
That's like 3 months ago now.
They were like, "How's your holiday?" I was like, let's trying to think back. It's like, what holiday? I don't even know how long it's been. This would be the third week, right?
I think so.
Yeah, man, that's sad.
Hurts.
It does hurt.
We have done a lot. We did like open a gym and
still a lot of shit to deal with.
Yeah, always. Welcome back. Here's a pile of shit.
Yeah, bad. Yeah, how's your weekend? How was the weekend? I know we're gonna unpack it on Learn, but
yeah, really good.
Yeah,
it was really fun. I had a passing thought on the way home of like, kind of liked coaching face to face. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I've seen you doing that. You're in a bit of a good groove. Yeah. Steph's like, you could still do that. And I was like, fucking absolutely. I said, what do you think?
I've forgotten.
Like, you know, and like they say it's just like riding a bike, but you were like an elite BMX rider, and you could do like whatever the fucking
tail
spin.
Whips?
Yeah. That'd be like. That's like my version of going back to face-to-face
coaching. Yeah. And just like, can you ride this bike for 10 meters, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was really fun. The day was obviously unreal. All the feedback on how good the sessions were and all of that was really fun. But yeah, personally, it was really fun to jump on the gym floor again.
Yeah.
For a minute.
Yeah, I think the vibe of, because it's like a small startup, it's not a big kind of branded kind of franchisey type gym. I think that's seems quite favorable from the feedback that I heard.
Yeah.
And just like
there's people. Yeah,
and just like, because I was getting questions like, oh, so who are you guys? What do you do? Like, I was like, well, we've been, personal trainers for 10, 12, 15 years.
Yeah.
And they were just like, oh, wow. Like, so it's just coming from the right place.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what these other places. It's like, they just see a hole in the market, and like, is that just some like fat cat who's just like got money who just wants to make a model and make money? Like,
just put a manager in it.
Yeah. I think that's a strong point,
Yeah.
And that small gym kind of vibe, build the culture, create what you want.
Yeah, I think culture's huge for us in general.
Yeah.
So it automatically flows into what we're doing there, the messaging, and all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's good to see people in the space. Like, once you see people moving in the area, you're like, all right, we nailed it.
Yeah. Yeah, layout's good.
I had a few people say, oh, the floor plan's great. Like, it's really open space.
Yeah.
And I was like, sweet, we fluked that.
No, we didn't. You thought it out very well, Jason.
Yeah, well, kind of. Yeah. I mean, we did think about it a little bit.
Bolted in now.
It was so long ago when we did the floor plan, I don't remember, like, the scoping day for it.
Yeah.
Like, why we put what where.
Yeah.
But
it was a good hour conversation.
Yeah. I'm sure it was.
That's a long time for us.
Yeah. I'm sure it was at some point. I'm at that. I don't know. I don't know if we have more conversations.
Even when we did the build, though, we moved shit like 8 times.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing that didn't move was the rack.
Yeah.
We nailed that.
This goes here.
Yeah. It's like, this is the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if, like, we just have more conversations now, but I kind of, like, forget. Am I just old now? Like, sometimes we spoke. I'm like, oh, yeah, sure.
All right, cool.
Really?
I believe you. Yeah, I think too.
You said I was going to get refeed. Oh, really?
Because lots of it was probably done before you went away too, and then you just like power down mode.
Yeah.
Come back. Oh yeah, we had that conversation.
Yeah, I was actually
feels like a year ago.
I had like so much anxiety the week coming back because I thought I was coming back to a pile of shit.
Yeah.
But I already finished it.
Yeah.
But I just forgot.
Yeah.
It's just like...
Had I done it all?
You know, you just go into like a black hole and you just like getting the work done.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Even to the point where like before I left, I thought I needed to do more.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, the weekend was good.
How'd you find it?
Yeah, it was fun. I was like, fucking door bitch. And then I was like, hang on a minute. I'm like... You're the first person they're going to see when they walk in.
Yeah.
I was like...
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, and it's... Because I was like that. I did that when I first started in the gym.
Yeah.
So and we had that conversation. I was like, sick.
Yeah.
So I'm like, just fucking... When they come in, everyone gets a hello, big smile. What are you here for? Where'd you come from?
Yeah.
You know, it was cool. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one of the members, she's 60. So the brief moment that I was the door bitch.
Yeah.
She walked up and, man, she could barely speak. Her voice was quivering. She's like, posture's all shrunk. I'm like, hey, like, are you here for a class? Like, what's happening? She's like, nah, I'm just here to have a look around. I'm like, okay. Like, what brought you down? She's like, oh, I've met with Jess. I've got a class on Monday or whatever. I'm like, oh, you're a member? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Introduced myself and stuff, took her out onto the floor. And she just wanted to see what a session looked like.
Oh,
you could tell. She was just like, I just need to know what the fuck I'm showing up to next week. I'm not doing it with all of these people. I need to see it first.
Yeah.
She's telling me like she hasn't been to the gym for like 20 years and
oh no
blah blah
way.
blah. Yeah.
That's giving me goosebumps.
She went to the gym, didn't know what to do. It was overwhelming, so she just walked on the treadmill. Has been to like seeing the big groups. She's like, I need more attention than that. And I'm like, fuck, this is just like tick, tick, tick.
Yeah.
And I reckon we're just chatting for maybe 3-4 minutes. And she just goes, yeah, I can do this.
Oh, that's fucking
so
like, good.
That's the best. And then 2 minutes later, she's like, all right, I'm excited. I'm going to go. And I was like, what?
I love that.
That's mad.
Yeah.
So yeah, went from basically not being able to speak to then... to just before that, Jess had like squatted down with a client just in front of us. And she's like, good God, look at her ass. And I was like, I will not, but I get it. And then that's it. She was like comfortable. She's like, all right, I'm back next week.
Yeah.
I think she came in last night. Jess said she did really, really well. So
unreal.
That stuff I think is cool that we're going to have. So we don't get exposed to those people much anymore.
Not now.
I got like one client that like the first program I wrote for her was all machines.
Yeah.
Because she came from a group class to a bodybuilding gym. She was scared. And I was like, okay, cool. We can do machines. Yeah. Like do one group class a week, two gym sessions. Now she's about to do a second sanction meet. So it's like you have those sometimes. Yeah. But obviously in a gym environment, you see them a lot more, which is awesome.
Yeah. Isn't it? It's funny how, not funny. Do you feel a bit of like anxiety or anything when you walk into a new gym now? Like, say we go train at...
Probably not now.
Yeah.
But only recently have stopped.
What if you train by yourself in a new gym?
That would be more...
Yeah.
I think most of the time if I'm going to a different gym, I'm not on my own.
Yeah, I feel ya. Yeah, because it's funny, like, you know, people feel that way when they go to the gym, and then they think because we're personal trainers, like, we don't feel that way.
Yeah.
The only time I don't really feel that way at all, like an ounce of none, is like when we're training together.
Yeah.
So we just meet in the car park. We just meet at the desk or on the treadmill.
Yeah, like going into Derrimut the other day, I did not.
We'll navigate the gym together.
Yeah.
But if I went to a new gym on my own, I'd be like, oh.
Yeah,
like,
where is everything? What do I do?
I wonder who's going to be here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So isn't
definitely.
It, yeah.
Even just like navigating the shit. Like,
yeah, where is it? Where is it?
How do I get in? Where's the toilet? Where's the equipment? Walk around in circles looking like a dickhead.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that before. Just walk around with my bag and it's like everyone's staring at you.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to work out where everything is.
I had a client in town Monday. So we went to a gym, 3 of us, like walked into the room of energy, and I've only ever trained with like dumbbells there.
Yeah.
And I was like, do they have a high-low? row.
No.
So I was just like walking around trying to suss
It's on order.
what equipment there was.
Yeah.
And then like my 2 clients were following me as well. I'm like, oh, this is so awkward. Like,
Yeah.
I feel stupid.
Yeah. Lucky it's not a big gym, so you can look at it real quick.
Yeah,
it's like,
all right, we did a lap. We're going over there.
The back machines are literally like 3 of them lined up.
Yeah.
Next to the chest supported row.
Yeah, and the chest supported row is the only good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently they have a high-low on order. It's,
Yeah.
who knows when it's coming.
Yeah, that lat pull down is not it.
No.
The plate or the pin loaded one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're not great.
Have you used the neutral grip plate loaded row there?
The neutral. Yeah, it's a weird resistance profile.
So I found you had to...
Are you talking about the one where you sit in it?
Yeah. I found you almost had to, like, you sit right at the back of the seat
Yeah.
and lean forwards.
Yeah.
It was delightful.
Yeah.
I'm not my structure anyway.
Yeah, I'm not about it. It's like I think you should just be able to sit in it and do the thing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
But
got a weird.
It's funny, like, Mad sat in it first,
Yeah.
or like for her first set, and was upright, and I was like, went to tell her to bend over, and I was like, oh,
That just fits.
fine for you.
It just fits.
Just my long ass arms don't work.
Yeah. Most of those lever machines are hit and miss. It's like if it just works on an anchor,
Yeah.
it's either going to be good for you or not.
Or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I MacGyver the fuck out of like the hammer strength rows and shit. I'm just like seated like this. I'm like up on a fucking mat and I've got my arms twisted and and people are like, fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah.
It's like literally just so I can get tension where I need it.
I reckon I've had the hammer strength like high-low for 10 weeks.
It's the best machine.
Maybe less.
Yeah.
And it still takes me like 2 feet of sets just to find where I need to sit.
The height? Yeah, mine's 2 notches from the top.
Yeah,
2
but
notches.
even like I can get the height okay, but it's just like I have to have almost like my right butt cheek has to be half off. And just lean at the right angle, and it's like, there it is.
Do you do it single arm as well?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you hold on to the stick in the middle?
So it doesn't.
Or do you use
it doesn't
counter-
have the dildo part.
Oh,
on
really?
This one.
Oh,
yeah,
geez.
it's smooth. So I have to hold like the I hold the back of the machine, I think.
Yeah. Oh, so it mustn't be an actual hammer strength one then. Must just be a highlight.
I think it's just old.
Yeah. Okay. So they've just made it better over time.
Yeah.
So you don't hold, because I've tried it like holding both handles and doing one at a time. So it's counterbalanced the load.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then I've tried holding the machine.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
I couldn't get into the position I need to use both.
Yeah.
Wouldn't work. I'd end up like shrugging at the bottom. It was
Yeah. Strapping yourself in is hard too, like for the both handles.
Yeah.
But it feels the best. But the only downside is like you've got one arm that's like getting fucking stretched the whole time.
Yeah.
And then you got to go and do that arm afterwards.
Oh, you hang on to the actual.
So gotcha. Yeah. So the weight. Yeah.
I just hang on to the middle.
Maybe
it does have a knob on it. I don't know. I'll have to have a look.
Yeah. I'm just so immature. Yeah, I reckon there's going to be a time though where the weight is going to be so heavy that you can't just hold on to the knob.
Anchor yourself, yeah.
What do I keep holding on?
I'll start bringing a seatbelt like you.
Yeah, I'll wrap the seatbelt around like the opposite side so it's counterbalanced, and then on the next set I'll just wrap it around the other side. Fuck the shit I've done with that seatbelt. People must look at me like this guy's a fucking weirdo. Yeah.
It's
just like
that important.
Yeah, I've strapped myself to like machines that you don't even think you could strap yourself to. Yeah, because it's got like decent distance. Like it'd be like a meter and a half. Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, there's this one machine, so it's like a tricep machine. You know the one where you like lean forward and you push on the pad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you need to be able to the seat should actually come up your spine, because you got to think about the opposing force. Right?
Yeah, it needs to be on your back. Got ya.
And they've got this like little fucking ducktail like on the seat. It's like, bro,
yeah,
that's not doing shit.
Yeah.
So I strap myself around the whole machine, and then I just put it on like a like a hoop. Like the amount of effort that went into this to just train your triceps.
Yeah. Did you get an extra plate?
You got a couple more weights down the stack. Yeah. But it just like wasn't worth it. Yeah. It was real awkward.
Yeah.
And I could feel like the strap like pushing against my kidneys and shit. And I'm like, this is probably killing me.
This is nasty.
It's killing me while I'm getting
a
tricep pump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about the leg press variation that I found?
No.
Please tell. I've always been like, nah, you can't go on the plate loaded leg press.
Yeah, you have.
I did the single leg.
Yeah.
Not about it.
Low foot position. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't found a leg press that I could get that much knee extension.
Yeah. Is it the Nautilus one?
I actually think it's a Life one.
Yeah. Nautilus have a good one, but remember the one at Good Life? It was pretty good. But you're just getting in it. It's hard.
Yeah. The lying one, like the hack squatty one?
Nah, it was next to it.
Oh, yeah.
So it had a good profile, but you basically had to like...
It's very similar to
knee yourself into the chin to get in it. You have to, it's like, how the fuck do you actually get in to be here? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you had to move the seat, get in it, and then crush yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so know about it.
But the shout out to Energy. I don't think there is a gym that raises your confidence in your physique.
The mirrors.
Quite like that gym.
I feel like they got the bubble mirrors and good lighting.
The mirrors.
So they got the combo.
The lighting.
So the black walls with the bubble mirrors and the down lighting.
Like the mirrors at Doherty's hit, but the lighting's average.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah, you definitely feel a bit more swole.
I was feeling myself when I left. I was about myself after that.
That's it. They've got it down pat, man. They're just like, this just keeps bringing them back.
Yeah. I'll drive that 35 minutes for a casual.
Imagine if you remember. You're like, maybe I'll get the gym again today.
just posing.
I need that dopamine fix.
Yeah.
Apparently they got a posing room there, but I've never seen it. Yeah.
Maybe over.
I think you got to go outside and go up.
Oh, okay.
There's like a.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Posing rooms are becoming a. I've been trying to get the dudes at Derrimut, like at Platinum. I'm like, come on, boys, like.
Yeah,
we need
so much space there.
Yeah, it's like we need one.
Yeah.
And when I say we,
I mean me.
I need. Because you go into that group X room, it's like, it's just too big, the lighting shit. I'm like, you guys can put a proper one like upstairs.
So I got the hack for my. You know how I've just randomly had that blue light? Probably don't pay that much attention.
Oh,
so
bro.
Every now and then I walked into the group X room and it had this like dull blue light happening.
Oh, is that in your one?
Yeah. I'm like, how do I fucking turn this on? So I go in there and there's like 800 fluoros. I'm like, I can't. This is not.
Yeah.
I can't even take a selfie with this. Let alone pose.
Yeah.
So I'm like hunting everywhere looking for light switches. Can't. There's all these switches that like I do not touch. I'm like,
I kind
but I
of
want to know what it is.
I don't want to touch it. It means it's important.
Maybe it's the secret one.
Yeah.
So I posted on my story and was like, the fancy lights were on in the group X room. And the manager replied and was like, how good's the Google control? And I'm like, wait, tell me more. And she's like, yeah, you just walk in and say, hey, Google, turn the lights down 50%. And it's got down lights through it. So you turn the fluoros off and you can control the down lights with the Google. So you can choose colors, you can choose brightness.
Wow.
Yeah.
So would you have to have like a globe that speaks to...
Yeah. I assume so. Well, these could be hey Googled.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey Googled.
That's the technical term.
So have you got a little notch on the ground now?
Where I pose?
We got to have a notch, right?
Not yet, because I haven't found the right spot. I need to find the right spot on my tripod.
Yep.
Yesterday it was too low.
Agreed.
And I need to find the right where I am under the light.
Yeah.
Because you stand where you look good in the mirror.
Yeah.
And your phone's not where the mirror is.
Yep.
So it's
life's biggest problem.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot about catching the angles.
Oh, mate. Yeah.
On the phone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about angles.
Yeah, it's that's probably my biggest challenge with training and nutrition right now is just
catching the right.
Where does the phone need to be that I look as big as I do in the mirror?
It's my life. How long do you reckon it should take for someone to take a gym selfie?
Selfie?
Yeah. So like, let's say you finish.
If I'm over 30 seconds, I'm like anxious.
Yeah.
Embarrassed of myself.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. I reckon it was 5 minutes and 4 different locations. This dude was trying to take a selfie the other day.
Yeah.
Almost like I was going to go after him and say, hey, bro, do you want me to take it for you?
Yeah, or help.
He just kept going. There's like to the mirrors here, then to the cable crossover, then in between them, and then just kept going back. I'm like, are you trying to see like the deflation in your pump? Like, what is happening here? It was honestly
Just wasn't happy with them.
5 minutes, man.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
I
was
couldn't
like,
commit to that long.
Nah, me either. I'm almost like sometimes like I'll just take a video after my set.
Yeah.
So it's just like a really smooth, like you do your set, check the pump.
Yeah.
And then you just stop. And then
screenshot,
screenshot, done.
I like that.
It's like not getting in anyone's way.
Yeah. So last week, because I only like commit to the full pose in the group X room like once a week.
Yeah.
Because I go get home.
There's no other reason.
Yeah. My wife's like, hey,
stop flexing your muscles.
come and get your child. So I was just setting up and I like literally had hold of my singlet and one of the female PTs walked in with like a middle-aged client and I was like, she's like, oh, sorry, we can come back. I'm like, no, I'm leaving now. And I just went and did the bathroom selfie and left. I think it would have been better had I have already had my shirt off.
Of course.
And actually be posing.
Because you were just about to. It's even more
It's
awkward.
way worse.
Yeah.
It's like...
They're both kind of awkward, but that's way less.
Because it's like she doesn't know what you're about to do.
Yeah,
It's like, why are you taking your clothes off in front of your phone in the group exercise room?
Yeah, and are you taking your shirt and your pants off? Like, there's a lot of questions up in here.
Versus just like, oh, he's doing a bicep pose. I
Yeah.
have seen that before. I get it. It's probably like some form of bodybuilding.
Because if you get if you actually know how to pose, like, because there's like, this is posing, but that's not posing, and then there's like a bit of flow and like, So if you go through the right poses, people are just like,
he knows what he's doing.
He's a bodybuilder.
He's one of those people.
Yeah. So if you just like, so you just got to get the turns and the flow right. All you need to do is mix one pose into another, and people are like, he's a bodybuilder.
Yeah, I haven't got that yet.
So maybe that's your rite of passage then.
That's what it is.
You asked me what is a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to flow from one pose to another.
All right. I've started the...
I feel like it's a good rite of passage. I mean, maybe competing in bodybuilding would be nice too. I don't know.
It's not happening.
I'm just going to keep shipping.
I did the old, with the side chest, I did the tricep flex first. And I was like, hey, that's new. That's new. I'm about it. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, but I definitely can't tie any others together yet.
Yeah, you got to be like good on your heels.
Yeah.
You got to learn how to like push on your heels and move on your feet.
I'm still thinking so much that putting them together is not.
Yeah.
I said to Matt yesterday, he replied and he's like, they're getting better. I'm like, I don't feel like I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Like it's just stiff and like, it's like, okay, I think we're making some progress here.
Yeah.
I can actually get into the positions because I'm not 100% rigid from head to toe.
Yeah, that's it. When you look rigid but are soft,
relaxed,
like flowed,
it's
like that's when you've made it. You can just sit there like, and it looks like you're in position.
Yeah.
So just keep practicing, mate. You get there.
I'm on it.
Yeah, I had a bit of a pose sesh the other day, just to kind of blow off. Like I did all the poses because I only do the ones that I like. And I'm like, come on, bro, go through it all. Far out, bro. Like just to get that side tricep. Like, your boy's got to do a bit of work. Like, I couldn't even grab the hand.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're not that fat. Like, you're fat, but you're not that fat.
It's just rotation.
Yeah, it's like, just do some stretching, bro.
Yeah.
Do some stretching, do some mobility. Anyway.
We should do some questions.
How's the cut going?
Really good.
Yeah?
Yeah. High week.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
2 days into the high week.
Yeah. Cream of rice yet?
No, just... I had a kilo.
Can't be fucked, mate.
I had a kilo of Nutri-Grain, so I've just been eating that. Nutri-Grain before bed's all right.
Yeah.
Nutri-Grain with... I think we talked about this last week. Using the milk frother to heat the milk with protein powder in it.
Yeah.
It's not bad dessert.
Yeah. Nutri-Grain's like, what, $1 million a box now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, when the fuck did that...
I'll be going to Cream of Rice after this box is done.
I don't want to be like this, evolving into just like a tight ass Maltese man, but it's fucking hard at the moment. I go to the supermarket, I'm like, what the? Yeah. When did this become expensive?
Yep.
Yeah. Nutri-Grain was on my list. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
It's like I can get fucking 70 grams of protein elsewhere.
Yes.
I'm just gonna eat chicken
all the time.
Yeah. $6 a kilo with the skin on. Rip the skin off.
Yeah.
I'll be that guy.
Fuck, been there.
I feel like I'm going back.
There's a younger Ben that's done that.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
All right. If you could air fry the skin.
We could. It tastes delicious.
Yeah, I have pretty high fats right now.
And it tastes delightful. A bit of salt. That'd be nice.
Just score it a bit, salt.
I just give it to the dog, which I probably shouldn't. You can't give raw chicken to a dog, can you?
Yeah. Raw chicken's fine. Yeah. Nothing cooked. No cooked bones.
Yep.
Yeah. Because they shatter.
So, questions. Now we got lots of questions. So,
Fuck, we're on them early.
Yeah,
there must be heaps.
Well, mate, I've got.
Oosh.
Yeah.
Oosh. Shout out to the audience. Thanks, fam.
So the first question we've discussed, and I want to go back to it, which is it's a good question. How much of a difference do you believe being 100% adherent makes to your physique development over a 6-month period compared to 80 to 90%?
Oof.
So we've talked in the past even like, it's like be good across multiple things rather than be great at less. What do you think?
What do you think they mean by 100% adherence? Is that like sticking to a specific meal plan for 7 days?
I would say, adherent would be, like 100% adherence is like 5 workouts, 12,000 steps to say if that's the target, 100 minutes of cardio, hitting your macros every day, sleeping 6 to 8 hours.
Hitting your macros every day? So it doesn't have to be a rigid meal plan?
Yeah, sure.
I think over 6 months.
Well, it's just like maybe let's go whatever the social contract is.
Yeah.
For the coaching.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So I'm allowed to have my one meal a week.
Well, yeah, whatever the contract is for the time.
All right. It's hard to define because I actually think it's compounding.
Yep. I agree.
Because every week's gonna.
Yeah, the more good weeks you have, the better the results will be over time, right?
And you can also fine-tune things so much better.
Yeah.
Like you can adjust things 150 calories and it makes a difference because you're adherent.
Yeah.
But it's like if you're not adherent on the weekend, it's like, what's 150 calories? We don't know.
Yeah.
So, a lot.
Yeah, I think...
I don't know if I can put a percentage on it, but a lot.
Yeah, you're never going to be able to, right? But yeah, I think depending on the person, and I know the person who asked this question, and the goals and the look at the end reflect the degree of compliance. So say you have like Jane who joins you strong, and she hasn't been to the gym for 15 years, and she's got 15 to 20 kilos to lose. So Jane's going to get put on the hand plan, and it's like four serves of protein a day. 2 serves of whole grains, have some fruit.
4 serves of veg.
It's probably going to put Jane at like 1,600 calories.
Yeah.
She probably burns about 2,200. On the weekend, though, she can have a glass of Chardonnay, that. She's going to get away with a little bit more. And the goal at the end is not so refined. Where you've got, so like Jackson or Adrian, it's like the goal is thick skin peeled. It's like there's no leeway or very little leeway for that. So I think for the person asking the question, 100% compliance is going to... 100% comparative to 80 is going to be huge. 100% comparative to 90 is still going to be significant.
I think if it's a deadline-based goal as well, like... you then can measure that adherence over a specific period of time. So say it's like a 12-week cut. 100% adherence over 12 weeks versus 90% adherence over 12 weeks is going to be noticeably different at the end. 100%.
Yeah.
That's a lot of percentages. But for a lifestyle client doing things long term, running at 90 may mean you can do it for 2 years.
For longer, yeah. I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
So that would be measuring it over 12 months versus that 12 weeks. What happens? You have to have the mentality to be able to turn the dial up, turn it down.
Yeah.
Especially thinking like doing my pre-podcast walk this morning in the balmy fucking 4 degrees or whatever it is. And just thinking like, because you sort of mentioned last week with the cycle diet, like, do you think if you just did the calories, you get the same result? I'm like, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think what the protocol is special.
Yeah, it's just...
But it's novel, and it makes me hyper aware of my nutrition that I haven't been for a really long time. And this is the most adherent I've been with nutrition in as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
So it's like with that
yeah, you can get around it.
Another level of adherence if I just went, I'm going to do 2,600 calories for 14 weeks versus doing this. The outcomes becomes better because of the novelty of the adherent part. Yeah.
Yeah. And then closing this off so we can move on to another question. If you are asking yourself those questions, then you have to live with the potential situation at the end that you aren't as good as you could have been and you didn't give it everything you had.
If it's for a sport, it's hard, man.
Well, imagine getting up on... Imagine even... I've done photo shoots and I'm like, could have given this a bit more.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in that situation. Like, you just have to live with that.
Yeah.
So if you do... the look was good, it could have been better.
Yeah.
It's like, know that 20%, 10% is the reason.
Yeah.
And you have to live with it.
Yeah, my last powerlifting meet was like, I wasn't diligent enough with my movement prep.
Yeah.
And my mobility work outside of training.
Yeah.
And all of that, just general, like, health of the system. And I was like, that cost me 20 kilos on my squat.
Yeah.
And that would hurt.
Yeah.
It's like that. Yeah. Looking back on that prep, I was like, I didn't do enough.
Yeah.
And that sucked. So I think even from a strength pursuit in terms of adherence, like if you know that you skipped your accessories, you know you skipped that warm-up prep and you know you haven't got the sleep and you've been drinking or whatever, it's like, you know, when you get to the day and you're like, I could have done more.
Yeah, everything's an accumulation of everything you've done. Well, the day is an accumulation of everything you've done.
Yeah.
80 versus 100 is pretty significant in my opinion.
Yeah. Unless 100 means you can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's different in like a sporting outcome, I think.
Well, it's still.
And yes, I call bodybuilding and powerlifting a sport.
It depends on the, but again, it depends on the social, like it depends on the contract, right?
Yeah.
So if you sit there and you go, my coach has said this is what's expected to get this outcome, and then I've gone yes.
Yeah, and
then not done it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you haven't.
Yeah.
You haven't actually met the what's expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then in some cases, because there's going to be people like, oh, he's so strict, but they've put that choice or that responsibility on their coach to go, well, this is what's expected because they don't know.
Yeah.
Like I had a discussion with one of my guys last year before we started prepping, and I was like, this is going to be stage weight. Mm-hmm. And he's like, what? He's like, that means that over the last couple of years, I haven't put on any muscle because the last time I was the lightest was when I was 75.
Yeah.
And he's like, so if I'm at stage of 75, like that means I haven't made any progress. I'm like, no.
Means you'll be peeled.
I'm like, there's just a level. I'm like, you just don't understand how you hold weight.
Yeah.
Like we just hold weight in crazy ways and you don't understand how lean you have to be. And then now we're like 2-ish kilos from that.
Yeah.
A completely different look.
Yeah.
So in their mind, they don't know what the actual end product is, and that's part of the reason why you hire a coach.
Yeah.
And if you set the contract, that's because of that. And if you don't meet it, so you're not meeting the expectations of what's required to do what you, I guess, quote unquote, asked for.
Yeah.
So yeah. Stick to your fucking diet 100%. I know who you are.
Yeah, or set up I like the social contract idea. Set up your social contract to the point that you can.
Yeah.
And work with your coach to set realistic expectations of that outcome.
Yeah, because if it's a lifestyle client, I love that, like, whatever you have available to you, give it everything you've got.
Agreed.
So if you got 80% for the day, I said this in a check-in to a client of mine. She's like, it's a mum. She's got a high-functioning job. It's like, high-pressure situations, life gets in the way, whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you show up and give 100% of the 80% you have that day.
Yeah.
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
That's the definition of consistency for most people. It's just when it gets so hyper-specific, the outcome, powerlifting prep, bodybuilding show, whatever.
Yeah.
That's when it's like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What life threw at you.
It's got to get done.
Yeah, like someone goes like, oh, I'm tired, I'm this, I'm hungry. I'm like, yeah, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Still got to hit your steps.
Yeah.
So I'll stick to your diet and do the, because I'm like, the goal is the goal. So yeah, it like you said, it does depend on that contract of like what's expected.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. I'll do one that's not about me. This is so random. So, using a stool to elevate your feet when you poop. Discuss. It's like it's taken a while for us to talk about shit on the podcast.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Yeah, we finally made it.
Yeah, I was running this through my head, and I'm like, how do I answer this? Mm-hmm. Because diet's pretty good. The boy's pretty regular, and it's pretty seamless.
Yep.
So I don't really ever think about
these things
leaning on a certain posture.
Yeah.
But then I look at like how Mav takes the shit, and I'm like, well, obviously, the posture is everything because every dog assumes a posture.
Yes.
So maybe
and like how we aren't built to sit at chair.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe we needed to like, get what is it, like deep flexion with a little bit of.
Can I please have my jumper?
Is it a posterior pelvic tilt?
So,
bit of a posterior pelvic tilt, bit of flexion.
Yeah.
And then maybe you have to.
I saw this thing once that like basically, I think it was an infographic on fucking social media.
Yeah.
About the benefits of elevating your feet when you shit.
Yeah. There's a little seat you can buy. It's a squatty potty.
So
don't ask me how I know that.
As someone that's just moved house, and there is a noticeable, maybe a couple inches difference
in the
toilet heights.
Is it too low or too high?
It's higher where we are now.
Oh, yeah, that's not it. Yeah.
It's noticeable.
Yeah. I think...
So I wouldn't be upset if there was maybe a little footrest.
Get yourself a bench.
In my...
It'd be like, you know how you try and eradicate the arch in your chest press?
Put your feet up?
Yeah.
Compress the rib cage.
Just go bring the stool into the toilet, babe. Go take a dump. So, yeah, I don't know. I've never had a problem to go and think about it. But there's probably people out there that have them, right?
Yeah, but I just think like just overall comfort.
Yeah.
I have a client that doesn't like vegetables. And I've put his calories up. His daily calories, not his overall calories, obviously, based on weekends and stuff.
Yeah.
Like 1,000?
Yeah.
Probably to what he was eating normally on a day.
Yeah.
And doesn't eat veggies.
It's a lot of food.
So he's on like 400 grams of carbs and doesn't eat vegetables. So I'm like, bro, I need you to get a lot of this from fruit. 3 kilo variance, man. Like week to week, day to day. You just watch it happen. I'm like, bruh, how long has it been? Are you okay?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
It's like, you shit every day?
So maybe, no. So maybe a stool is
a little bit of fibre in that system.
Important in that situation.
Get yourself a squatty potty, bro. You'll be fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't add fruit or fibre.
I wonder if the position outweighs like
no, definitely not
the integrity of the
no, you can't just be like I don't need anything and then just go to the toilet and elevate your feet and you're like, you know what, I do.
It's like if you're laying out rocks, bro, like it's you backed up, like positioning ain't gonna help. Like it might be able to, it might, like surely it'll get like a little bit better but not that much better.
It will assist in delivery, not create delivery.
1 shit a day you're supposed to have, yeah? 1? Yeah. 1 to 2?
It's even, I think it's like
1 to 2. If you're doing too much, there's a problem. If you're not doing it at all.
The range is wild though. It's like 2, maybe even 3 a day to once every 2 days is normal.
Yeah. Okay. 1 a day is fine. Unless you're competing. Unless you're competing, then it's different.
Yeah, that's much less.
Yeah.
There's no food.
I haven't shit in 2 days. I'm like, it's kind of normal.
You'll be okay.
The conversations that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about shit. You see half naked photos of people.
Living the dream. Really. The glamorous lifestyle of body composition coaching.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. All right, let's do this. How do I get big triceps like you? Thank you, whoever wrote this.
Man, Jason's
very, very interesting topic. So, firstly, do you have any go-to tricep exercises that you would, kind of just be like, absolutely have to do them?
Have to do them?
Yeah. Do you even gravitate towards specific ones for your own training? Like, you're just like, I do these movements.
I just fucking love a cable press down.
Press down? Yep.
I do so little dumbbell tricep work.
Yeah.
I would say 90% of it is cables.
Yeah. Do you do a lot of pressing in your training though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I reckon the pressing component, like, obviously has a great contribution to like the the lateral and the medial head of the tricep.
Also bench press 3 times a week for 6 years.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
so it's
right. Yeah, so that's going to contribute a lot to like the 2 heads of the tricep. And then like the only thing that I did to really focus on the triceps, because I thought I felt like I had small arms, was lower the volume of the training, increase the quality of the execution. So decrease the weight a little bit, just make sure like I'm picking movements that feel good. And then I increase the frequency before I increase the volume. So I increased the volume by increasing the frequency, but still kept the volume low. So it's like 2 sets. I just do it like
per workout.
2 sets per workout. Sometimes 2 exercises, so maybe like 4 sets. Depending, sometimes I do 4 and then I do 2 sets. So 2 exercises versus 1. And then I would just increase the frequency over the week. And then I would increase the volume if I wanted to. And then it does actually come down to your exercise selection as well. So how do I explain this? So because the tricep has 3 heads, but 2 heads don't cross over the shoulder joint. So 1 head does. So what that means is when you aren't anchoring the humerus, you're not training one of the heads of the tricep. And you're training the other ones. And then the opposite. So when you anchor the humerus, you're training 1 head of the tricep and you're not training the other 2 as much. Like you're still getting all of the involvement. But as soon as you do something where there's like movement in it, like a press, the muscle that crosses over the shoulder joint is actually being like an agonist and antagonist through the movement. So it doesn't really get lengthened or shortened. It just moves. It's like why your rectus femoris and your quads doesn't really get that much development in like a squat. Is because the hip's moving as the knee's moving. So it's kind of like the muscle is just moving in the same shape. Where if you anchor it and you don't create movement with it, like a leg extension, it's like then you're getting knee flexion and then that muscle can get
while the hips are
closer and stretched and shortened. So what that means, because everyone's like, well, this is just information. You need to target the long head of the tricep more in your targeted tricep work. And that comes from cross-body press down, overhead tricep work, because you got like the shoulder's still in extension. It's still anchored. It's not moving as long as that shoulder's anchored. So there's like a pullover kind of extension movement that kind of does work as well. So yeah, like targeting that tricep and the long head of the tricep, I believe will do more for you because you're still getting a lot of tricep work through depressing and all that kind of stuff.
I've had the crossbody, single arm crossbody in my program for like 3 months.
Yeah, delightful.
Love it.
So yeah, so that's cool. And I know this isn't like personal trainers, there's some personal trainers will listen to this and some won't. But when it comes to exercise selection, sometimes it's like you have to go that deep when you're looking at a muscle to bring it up. Because that's where the structure, and I always say like learn your muscles, learn your bones, learn your movement. Like if you don't know why that muscle's there and what it's supposed to do, and even within a muscle, there's a group of muscles that makes up like a quad. It's like, well, each one of those serves a different purpose, and each one of those is going to get a higher or lower amount of leverage and tension in an exercise. So you're picking them based on that. You know, leg press will work the outer quads, and if we get deep enough on the leg press, the inner, but the middle quad won't work. So then it's like, okay, well, leg extension with your hips all the way back, or your torso all the way back, we'll also get that. We'll get that rectus femoris, and then you get full quad development. And so on, so on, so on. So that's how you get big triceps. I'm still working on it though, but thank you.
So some pressing, lots of anchored shoulder work.
So decrease the frequency, pick exercises that feel nice, that are a pushing motion, an overhead motion, and across the body motion. So start with those, lowest amount of volume whilst perfecting the execution. Increase the exposure of those movements across the week, and then increase the volume of each individual exercise.
Like it.
And that should be the recipe.
Gains unlocked.
That's the secret. And that's the secret to every muscle, to be honest. Like, peel back the volume, increase the execution, increase the frequency, then drive the volume. And when you drive the volume, you can take the frequency out. So it's not like it's not like it's stacked.
Yeah.
So it's not like a pyramid where it's like I have to lay this foundation upon this one, upon this one. It's like once you get the technique right and then you increase the frequency, which should increase the volume technically, and then you go to drive the volume exponentially, you can peel the frequency out.
Yeah.
Because the density would be higher, so you need time to recover and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I like it.
That's pretty cool. Love how we get there.
That's cool. I did that with my chest programming by accident.
Yeah, I feel
Not
like...
by accident, but just like...
No, you know.
Yeah.
You know. So speaking about volume, someone asked about like how much volume is too much. And that's funny, man. Like, I reckon if there's one thing that I go back and forth on in my own mind about training and coaching, it's the volume. Like, I don't publicly voice my...
Change all the time.
I don't publicly voice my my mental dialogue.
Yeah.
But I go back and forth on this in my own head more than anything. So where do you come from if someone says like how much volume is too much?
So much you can't progress.
Yeah.
Would be my simplest answer.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got to as well.
Yeah.
Just like once you're not seeing the progression that you want and you're already doing, because it's a process of elimination, right? So it's like, all right, I'm not seeing progress.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, what could it be?
Yeah.
So you go, all right, well, are you...
Nutrition good,
Yeah.
sleep good, stress
is
good.
everything good first?
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, well, what's next?
Yeah.
And then it's like, are we not progressing overall, or are we not progressing in a lift?
Yeah. So all my girls are following a really similar, almost the same protocol for this prep.
Yeah.
Because they're all
The
fucking
same.
carbon copies of each other within like 5 kilos. And I had 2 messages in 2 days after week 1 of the new block that was just like, this is the worst session. Everything feels heavy, feels shit, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Can I have more food from a different person? Can I have more food? I felt weak in the gym and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, got it wrong.
I've made an issue here. This is not it.
Yeah.
Asked a few more questions and it just so happened that they were both like 3 weeks from, like they were in Shark Week. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
like you'll be fine in 3 days.
Oh, you want to... We'll come back to your story. I have to tell you this.
Yeah.
So there's a guy on Reddit who tracks all the NBA players' cycles
Yeah.
and bets unders and overs against them when it's Shark Week.
Wow.
And he's made a fuck ton of money. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I only found out about this like 2 days ago. And I was like, I have to talk about this on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if it's that week, and then when it's not, they're like this.
Well, you'd assume the team would sink, right? So then they're fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what so he's like, this week for this player, if she's like, top, like the spearhead of the team.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, no, it's over. So they're unders and overs. So,
But then you would, so in theory, because if women spend enough time in close proximity together, they ultimately sync their cycles.
yeah. So the team.
If he's just like, well, this is the best player.
Yeah. So the team. Yeah. Yeah.
So then, with the best players, it's likely that there's other players that are
cool. Yeah.
similar. So then the whole team is actually running.
It's insane.
Wow.
Yeah. Then there's nothing you do about it.
Yeah.
Until they like what but then I was like, how does he fucking know?
Yeah. How do you find that information?
Yeah. Does he must have tracked their performance maybe. Like, because you could categorically be like, oh, what's your points per game average?
You can. It's like tracking female body weight, and
Just like, he's just done the data.
There's a drop in performance
every 4 weeks. He's like, this is the week.
Wow.
Unless he's spoken to someone.
Yeah.
Because how do you get that
from every
team?
Hey,
yeah.
yeah.
Where are you at? Your menstrual cycle at the moment. So anyway, sorry to hijack, but yeah, it's incredible. And he's just making bank. He's got like a group on Reddit. It's like, yeah, bet on this person.
Fuck. That's crazy. Yeah. So yeah, I think thinking of that is like, it's not even necessarily that there's tells, not that there's lack of progression. It's just that there's tells of, say, overtraining or under recovering, not overreaching, whatever fucking language you want to use. Yeah.
Don't want to come to gym.
Lifting harder than should be.
Yeah. I think when it comes to, it's the same premise when it comes to building a physique, because like, I always look at it from the opposite end as well. So I'm like, well, what's not enough volume? Mm-hmm. So let's build from there and go up, right? Mm-hmm. So not enough would be the muscle's not growing.
Yeah.
And that would be that we're doing a maintenance amount, or we don't have the intensity to drive the stimulus. So it's either or. So you look in there and go, okay, so then that means that more is better from that instance, right? So doing more than this base amount to build the muscle is good. And then if you look at data and literature, it's like more and more and more and more and more. You never get to a point where you do an amount of sets and then after that you don't get the muscle gain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not infinite, right? Because there's other things that doing more is going to affect, but you can still do more and still build more muscle.
Yes.
Right? And then you've got to go, well, there's going to be a point where once you do more volume, the trade-off isn't worth it.
Yeah.
Because the person's still going to build more muscle.
Yeah.
It's just though their joints are going to hurt.
Yeah.
They're not going to want to go to the gym. You're going to be mentally affected. It's like, how's that going to affect their sleep and their recovery? So then it's like, for someone to sit there and go, well, what's the number?
Yeah.
It's too hard because you don't know the external factors. Obviously, their training status, their supplement status are big factors as well.
Yeah.
And you don't know how hard they show up in the gym.
There's so few people that have a consistent window that you can apply all of this to as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like to look at someone and be like, all right, over 6 months.
Yeah, this is the amount you need.
I've worked this out that you need this.
Yeah.
Because it's like, in that
really
6
work.
months, fucking...
It doesn't really work from what I've seen anyway. And I've tried to look at it. Trust me, I've tried to find the number. I've done absolutely everything in human existence to find the number. But there will become a point where the side effects of hard training will start to become more noticeable than not.
Yeah.
And that will start to affect the plan itself. And then that's when you've got to make a decision of working through the chain of like, is it external factors or is it the training that's actually creating these, external factors or amplifying these external factors to the gym?
Yeah.
And then you go, cool, peel back, and I think that's it.
Yeah.
And then working off volume allocations, like there's an amount of work that I believe that everyone should be able to do. And it's based on their training status and there's each training, beginner, intermediate, advanced, I believe would respond best to a certain amount of volume.
Yeah.
And then distribution-wise to each muscle group, there's good evidence to show that, around 9 to 12 sets is mainly the upper limit.
Yeah.
But you can do more. So it's like just work off all that. And then once you get that feedback that person can't follow the plan and the progress isn't happening, then you just, start again or bring things down.
I think when people ask the volume question, not enough of them also ask the exercise selection question.
Yeah, and they also don't ask the intensity, like the effort question. It's like, if you're burying yourself in the gym, like you don't need to do as much.
Yeah, I'm writing this like results guide. Thanks, D.
Everyone's pumping out the results.
I'd started before he said that, but I was like, I want to change my name now to that because I like it.
Yeah.
It's like Get Strong, Feel Hot is like the guide. And when I talk about the training part, it's like how should you train? It's like, well, one of the considerations is volume. Most people look at sets per week. As a coach, I look at sets per week, per body, per movement pattern, per exercise type, and what the intensity is.
Yeah.
So the intensity being where I set the rep range is going to determine the intensity, and then where we set the rep and reserve is going to also affect the intensity. So it's like 4 sets of squats is not 4 sets of leg press.
Yeah.
So people just go, what's the volume I've got to do? And it's like, well, what exercise are you doing?
Yeah.
You're going to sit on the cables for 40 minutes. You can do as much fucking volume as you want.
Yeah.
You're going to throw a barbell in your hand is a very different conversation.
Yeah. The only thing I go back and forth on that, and it's just, I don't even know how you can prove it, is with a back squat, there's not going to be the same degree of there may not be, I believe, the same degree of activation at the muscle, the target muscles, than there may be at a hack squat, say, for example, because it's higher in complexity. So there's going to be some form of mechanism that doesn't allow full 100% recruitment for that particular movement. And then comparatively, if you go to something like a hack squat, because of the stability in the exercise, there would. So then it's like, well, this one's more complicated. So perception of effort is higher.
Yep.
Right. The perceived skill of the exercise is high, so it's fatiguing. And then you've got this, if you know how to train and you go into the hack squat, the voluntary activation is going to be higher because you're like, oh, I'm safe and I can fucking send it.
Yeah.
So then it's like, well, is this one more fatiguing or is this one just as fatiguing if that person can train as hard? You know,
yeah,
do you know what I mean?
I hate that people talk about like, people just throw around like, oh, my CNS is fatigued, like that kind of.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't think most people that are saying that understand it.
Yeah.
But there is a systemic fatigue created from a back squat that doesn't match the hack squat.
Yeah.
And whether that's central, peripheral, nervous system, at the muscle, like I agree. Like I've never walked out of a set of squats and been like, oh my God, my quads. Like my quads are ruined. It's like, I want to fucking die because I'm tired and everything hurts. So I think systemic fatigue versus at the muscle is different. And then that is going to affect your ability to perform in the hack squat. Because you don't have the neural drive, you don't even like the psychological drive, all those other, like I think psychological fatigue is really undervalued.
Yeah, so I agree. And then that's what I'm saying is like the types of fatigue are different. So how do you quantify that though? Like how do you measure and go, this person's terrified of this lift because it could kill them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so their brain is going, we're going to activate 80% of the motor units for this movement because we don't want to die.
Yep.
Let's just say. That's not how it works, but it kind of works like that.
Yeah.
So then that person goes into the hack squat and then goes, I can bury myself here and I'm not going to die.
Yep.
And then they do bury themselves and their body and their brain goes, we can allow 97.6% of the motor units involved in this muscle groups to fire. And this person still trains to the same rep and reserve. That fatigue is different to that fatigue. Yeah. But they're still, you know what I mean? Like they're still the same amount.
Then the consideration too, though, is like when you're talking like, say, motor unit recruitment only. We're looking at like quads and glutes, for example, and then you got like an isolated contraction of the hamstring through a hack squat. Bracing, maybe you're at 60% compared to what you are on a squat. Whereas the squat, you're at like 90%.
Especially because you're in a different angle as well.
And then you got actual loading. So you got soft tissue. Well, so keep it at motor unit recruitment. You've got like erectors, trunk, lats. I love talking to people the day after comp. Yeah. So I get sore calves the day after I max out my deadlift. Yeah. It's not an exercise. It's not involved. The calf does nothing. It's an isometric contraction that's just like, I'm about to die. Fucking squeeze everything. So it's like, okay, well, there's this exponentially more motor unit recruitment systemically that isn't necessarily like taking the calf through full range of motion and creating force, but there's a contraction there. So then even at a motor unit level, does the squat net systemically have greater motor unit stimulation than the hack squat? Spread across multiple muscles.
But that's, you got to make sure that you're creating the same training environment though. So if we created the same training environment, I would just be curious to know, like, I think that, say there's like, what is there? 9 different types of fatigue at the moment. I think they've come to, identify. Yeah. I think, so let's say they're all here and you get to press the button and like they pop up. I think that the hack squat, say these 3 are like more muscle specific. Yeah. You press those buttons and they all like pop up like here, like this. Yeah. And then on the back squat, you press all 5 and they all come to here, but the compounding amount is either greater or similar. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's because there's just different players acting in the scenario that's causing the fatigue. Yep. I just wonder, with a really trained person, how much more or less are they? Yeah. That's all I wonder.
In my experience, it's night and day.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the idea of
you'd have to treat
peak powerlifting, Ben doing 3 sets on the hack squat, I'm like, whatever.
You would versus, I get it.
Versus the same on a squat.
Yeah,
like,
but that's
the next day is going to be a very different experience.
No, I understand. Yeah, I think we're saying the same thing. It's just that's because the fatigue is different, though.
Agreed.
Yeah. But like if that fatigue happened, I would just wonder at the muscle because again, like I mean, we're using 2 different fucking ventures that aren't the same, so it's not actually the same.
Yeah.
Let's say we're not powerlifting. Sorry, guys. I hope you're understanding. Let's say we're not powerlifting. We're using the barbell squat to build muscle.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's say it's like, Ronnie Coleman, fucking redemption. I want to go on a hack squat. Barbell squat. Mm-hmm. That, in my opinion, is going to be fatiguing, but not necessarily have the greatest stimulus at the muscle comparative to the hack squat.
I agree.
If that person can get themselves to the same level of intensity, because the complexity is high, because your body's going to go, well, we're going to protect ourselves here. And then this one, the voluntary activation is going to be high because it's fixed and stable and whatever. Mm-hmm. So then it's like, well, this one's still fatiguing and so is this one. But the way we got about it is different.
And the outcome, arguably, if the goal is hypertrophy, is lesser, in my opinion. Yeah. Which we'll get hate for, but...
Yeah,
that's fine.
But it's like, this one's like more spread. It's like shotgun pellet. Like it's going to work your trunk and all the shit that we kind of spoke about and like your adductors and all that stuff. Yeah. So you don't fall sideways and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And then this one's just like quads and glutes. Yeah. You know, and maybe some adductors if you have a wide stance. Yeah. But it's just the complexity of the exercise still has a play in like how much the muscle gets involved in the movement. Yeah.
So I think, I know we're already lab coats on. The next step you can take is like go to an explosive movement. Yep. So like a jump. Yep. Really fatiguing. Yep. But not at all in the same way. No. So like you jack up volume of jumps. Every person that's ever been there 45. It's like you get hurt.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So it's like that's even further down. It's like skill complexity. It's another totally different kind of exposure of types of fatigue. Yeah.
And like activation is high.
Yeah.
But like force velocity relationship would suggest
stimulus for hypertrophy.
There's no tension. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So you're looking at obviously lots of different, that's the whole spectrum, right? It's like someone doing jumps through the barbell, through the like hypertrophy, training like a hack squat. That's exposing to all the different types of
velocity, I would say.
Well, like the fatigue types you mentioned.
Well, yeah.
Like you're exposing yourself to most of them, other than like maybe there's some that come from like aerobic work, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, coming back to your point, or like where I started was like, you can't sit there and go, excuse me, I'm going to do 60 sets a week and not consider what the exercise selection is in there.
No, absolutely.
Or consider what, in my opinion as well, consider what the rep range... So when we say what the intensity is going to be, my 2 things I'm looking at in terms of intensity is the rep range selected and the proximity of failure. It's got to be both considered. Because a program full of 6s versus a program full of 10s, you won't pull out the same. No. Because the exposure to the load's higher.
Yeah, it's like there's other fatiguing elements like in connective tissue and joints and stuff that you've got to consider too.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. So I think this... over focus on social media about volume, and it's like this many sets and stuff. I don't think enough people consider
the type of movement that they're
what you're selecting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I still have that same philosophy. Like, if we do multi-jointed exercises, they do less of them, and then if they do fixed position exercises, we'll do a little more volume. Yeah, in some instances. Yeah, but then even like we don't always. So it's just like, there's no answer. All right, Matt? There you go, mate. Hope you got your notebook out and we ended up in the same spot that we started at. Why does length-tension relationship lead to more growth? Why is LTR so important? Okay. So what I think they're trying to say is, so length tension relationship is the amount of tension that is generated at certain muscle lengths. Mm-hmm. So the muscle stretches, the muscle shortens. There's a mid position of the muscle length as well. when we talk about the amount of tension that muscle creates, it's going to create the most amount of tension in that mid position, and then it's going to create less tension on less
extremes,
less active tension at the extremes, so stretched and shortened. So each muscle and each movement in the gym is going to slightly manipulate that. So exercises also have what we call a resistance profile, and that's like peak muscle force applied on the muscle at certain angles of the joint. So that's why you'll get into certain positions in a machine and you're like, oh, I feel this really, overloading in that like stretch position, say of the bicep, or I feel it really, really heavily through the middle, like a barbell curl. And then, or maybe something like I feel it really, kind of amplified in the shortened position, something like a curl where the arm is elevated. So that's length tension relationship, and that's how we apply the exercises to stress out the muscle in a certain position. Now, what I think the question is like, why does length tension relationship so important? What I actually think he means is like, why are we obsessing over this like stretched position focus for muscle growth?
Right. Yeah.
Now, from what the data can show, is getting muscles to extremely long and stretched positions is pretty favorable for growth.
Yep.
Some people suggest that it's like a fast adaptation that kind of tapers off. So you'll get this adaptation quickly, and then you just need to continue to do those movements in frequent amounts to keep the adaptation.
Yep.
And then other people suggest that like in trained people, you can still, kind of achieve it.
Okay.
So what does that tell us? It tells us that we don't really know much about it.
Yeah.
There's not enough research. There's not enough research done. Now, at the muscle level, from what I understand, is like you've got passive tension and active tension. Active tension is like your body generates energy to create, that muscle change. And then you've got passive tension, which is like an elastic band. It's just tension that you're going to get from properties in the muscle that don't require energy to create that tension.
Yep.
So if you stretch a muscle and you have like active tension on the muscle and then passive tension created through the structures of the muscle tissue itself, that is going to amplify the tension.
Yep.
And if tension is the greatest mediator of muscle growth, and it's going to send off the cascade of signaling to amplify the anabolic effect, then possibly that is why.
Yep.
So if you are basically like, to avoid the confusion and like avoid all the big words and shit, it's like you
make it bro for us, Jason.
Bodybuilding is a game of ticking the boxes.
Yeah.
So it's like we need to do enough work. So there's your volume. We need to do enough of that work close to the point where we can't do any more reps within that set. So there's the effort. And then we need to do the movements across a large degree of planes of motion that muscle is responsible for. And we need to make sure that we get that muscle really long, loaded if we can, or really stretched, whatever you want to call it. And then we also need to make sure that we get positions where it's really strong, which is that mid position. And then we need to make sure we do it where we're getting it really short and squeezed.
Yeah.
And it's like you're just ticking the boxes. It's like, cool, the muscle we created tension across this whole muscle length. We worked hard, we did enough work.
Yeah.
We ate our protein, we ate our calories, we got the sleep, rinse and repeat, done.
There's old bodybuilding videos that from forever ago. Hey, it's like first compound exercise, train the mid-range, then do a lengthen, then do a shortened, and go home.
Yeah.
Like that's...
Yeah, it's like do your lengthen position stuff maybe at the end, and don't do too much of it because it's heavily fatiguing. Yeah. Because the cost of stretching the muscle is that there's little metabolites that accumulate in the muscle and they eat away at the cell membrane, and that causes muscle damage. And the more you do of them, the more muscle damage you get. And when we talk about drivers of hypertrophy, and the one where we're like, it's not that much of a driver, the muscle damage one is not. It's just a byproduct of the training that we do.
Everything else,
but it also affects the stimulus if we create too much.
Yep.
So we just got to be careful. So those stretch-based movements are, yes, like somewhat more anabolic than other movements, maybe, but they also come at a cost. So we just got to be careful with how much we use of them.
So is that a consideration for you that, think about an RDL, does complexity trump exercise order, or does lengthened, shortened, positioned trump that in a workout? So like you're not going to do barbell RDLs.
That's a great question. So the muscle still doesn't get that stretched in an RDL. Like it gets stretched, but it's not maximally stretched. So I would argue that if you had a deep hip flexed seated leg curl, that's going to be challenging the hamstring in the muscle. But even then, it's not like overly loaded in that kind of stretched position.
Yeah.
So maybe something like a stiff leg
or something.
Yeah, something where like you're getting 2 points as far away from each other with one joint fixed though. So remember we talked about that.
Yeah.
That
So like a
biarticular
45-degree back extension.
Yeah, because I would still argue that
than hamstring, but
I would still argue that the hamstring's not getting that stretched in a RDL. Like it's getting stretched, but not maximally. Wouldn't be like if biceps don't stretch that much. Terrible exercise.
Yeah, a tricep.
Yeah, or even like a quad. Where you're doing like a sissy squat or something. It's like we're just taking one part of the origin and the insertion as far away from each other.
Yeah,
like the RDL, you don't necessarily take it as far away as you can.
Possible, yeah.
Yeah, just in that exercise. So the complexity of the exercise, even then though, the complexity of the exercise still trumps that. And then it would just depend on the volume and what else is being done in the session and what's the priority of that session for that particular person. Is overall mass and posterior strength and development the main priority? Sweet, then do that. It's like if that person needs bigger hamstrings, maybe they do the seated leg curl first.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've seen the overfixation on the stretch thing too. We got 2 leg extension, line leg curls at the gym.
Yeah,
I was chatting to one of the trainers, and I was like, "Oh fuck, the new leg curl's real good." He's like, "Oh, I don't get a good enough stretch." I'm like, you're trying to shorten the hamstring. Like hip extension,
lying leg curl as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
like you're trying to hip extension and
you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it.
It's you don't want to stretch. It shouldn't be hard. Like that's not where it should be. So there is that hyperfixation around at the moment of like feeling a stretch on every single movement.
Yeah, it's like if more is good, if a little bit's good, more is better, right?
Yeah.
So we got to do it with everything. But like again, if you understand your muscles, you understand what they do, where they attach, and then you understand how you apply force on them, how they grow, which we teach in standout in the skills part.
Yep.
It just opens up your decision making a little bit more. Your exercise selection is a little bit better. Just the ability to rationalize decisions is better.
Yeah.
And maybe like I don't know if everything I just said then is 100% concrete because it changes all the time.
Yeah.
But
it's a framework to work from.
Yeah, from what I can see, it's pretty rational. Yeah. And if it changes, I'll change my position.
Yeah.
And that'll change my decisions. But at the moment, like, it's kind of working pretty good.
Yeah.
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 It's not working. It's working not too bad.
Yep.
That last 13 minutes went like that.
Yeah, it disappeared. We got complex.
So how many did we answer 4 questions?
That's pretty good for us.
I think we answered 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
we
a
did.
Couple heavy ones.
Oh, we answered 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay.
Need more poo questions so we can get through it in 2 minutes.
All right, so I apologize if we started ranting and got a bit too complex, but if you don't understand any of the stuff that we just spoke about, reach out in the DMs. I love talking about this stuff. I love talking about training. I love talking about programming. We don't get to do it enough, so obviously this is a space for Ben and I to do so. So if you have questions, find us in the DMs. If you like the episode, hit the subscribe button, the follow button, wherever you are on what platform, hit the share. I'll leave it there. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time.